Nate here. Welcome back to the ranch. Got a little helper today. Noah Oak, he decided to come out and help his daddy. Got the old cattle trailer hooked up. We will be moving a bull to a new location. We've got one of our bulls, Cowboy Bill, which has been a really good bull for us, and he's kind of worked himself out of a job. We put him with first-time heifers and smaller framed heifers because he's a little bit of a smaller bull, and now there's enough lineage going on that we've got heifers from him, heifers from Alpha that he's related to. His mom is still in our herd, and so we really have to relocate Bill. And last year we sold 3 heifers to a family in northern Oklahoma, and these heifers were not related to Bill. They're beautiful, and they contacted me and said, hey, we really like to have a bull. And I feel like Bill fits the bill because he's got a smaller frame, but he's an excellent overall bull. He's got a great demeanor. He always stays in the pasture. He never gets, he's not jumping fences and going through fences and stuff. And so I'm gonna make preparations today to get everything ready for old Bill to go to his next batch of ladies. One of the things that I'm meticulous about is before I take off on a 3-hour, 4-hour, 6-hour trip in my truck and trailer, I want everything to be solid with the trailer. There is nothing worse than having 2 blowouts and being stuck on the side of the highway in 100-degree weather with a bull stuck in your trailer. I mean, you've got a serious situation going on at that point. And so a little bit of preparation, a little bit of maintenance goes a long way. So our trailer is a double axle, single wheel double axle, and I'm going to check the pressures in these tires. I'm gonna put a little grease in the inserts for the bearings. I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I always have in the truck with me whenever we take a trip like this. No, Oak, what do you think about this? What do you think about this, buddy? You just want something else to eat, don't ya? Don't ya? That boy's starving to death. Look at them legs. He's starving to death. Yeah, he's starving to death. He's starving to death. So the first thing that I want to mention to you guys is about trailer tires. Trailer tires need a lot of PSI. And so your typical car tire, it may have like 40 PSI. My truck, 65 PSI. And so in our minds, we may think, yeah, your trailer tire is probably somewhere between 40 and 65. They're not. This tire says inflate to 80 PSI. And that may seem excessive, but it is very important. And I'll explain why. If you have your trailer tires underinflated, they kind of squash down when they're under load, and as that rubber hits the road, literally, it heats up. And if the trailer tire is deflated, it heats up faster, and it'll cause the tread to start to separate from the it'll cause the tread to separate. And what'll happen is in one big swoop, your whole tread will just peel off, and you'll be left with a big old blowout. And the sad thing about that is most of the time when that happens, it's because you haven't maintained your air pressure. And if you haven't maintained it in one, you probably haven't maintained it in any of them, and you can almost expect all the tires to blow out at about the same time. I mean, they may vary by 30 minutes, 20 miles, whatever, but I can almost guarantee you that if you've got 2 trailer tires, they're both deflated, maybe they're 50, 55 pounds, you're hitting the road, you had a blowout, you get out, you switch, you put a new tire on, I can almost guarantee you that before you get to where you're going, the other one will blow out. Almost guarantee it. So, trying to prevent that, we're gonna make sure our PSI is at 80, and then I'm going to put some grease in the inserts, make sure and have our bearings nice and greased up. That's another problem that you don't want to have, is a hub problem. Now, I do like double axle trailers. I like trailers with 2 axles, because if you do have a hub problem, you can normally you got to go slower, but you can normally limp to where you're going with one hub down. And I mean, that's not ideal, but you can normally, you know, make it to where you're going on that other axle. The other things that will always go with me on a trip like this is a big jack, a good mechanic set of wrenches and sockets, tire tool, and of course a spare tire. Those are my absolute necessities to travel with. I'll give you another tip too. Something else that I pretty much always will take is a block of wood, like a big heavy 4x4. And the reason is say for example, we blow out our back tire, but our front tire is still good. Well, you can take that block, you can put it up on, you can set it in front of the front tire and just drive up onto that block. Now all of a sudden your tire is already jacked up. You don't have to get your jack out. That's a little trick that'll speed things up sometimes. So I'll typically have like a 4x6, like a piece, 2 or 3 foot long in my pickup bed, and that really helps things out. What you think, Noah? What you think, boy? You learning how to change a tire early. These boys, they're gonna have to maintain these tractors when I get old, or trailers when I get old. Bill, you're good. You're being a good boy. Got your new numbers today. Fixing to get a new brand right back here. You being a good boy. He's carrying the Murray Ranch brand. Getting him patched up and ready to go to his new ladies.
Mimi? Yes, sir? You guys talking about somebody else, okay? Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this spray with me. And then when before I let him out of the trailer, I'm gonna hit him again with it.
When are you?
All right, buddy. Let me get you in here, bud. All right, so we're loaded up with Cowboy Bill. The footage on that was not very good. I'm doing this in the dark by myself. But I want to get an early start, as it's going to be 100 degrees today. That's the projected temperature, and I don't like to move cattle when it's super warm, super hot. It's harder on them in that enclosed trailer, and so I want to get a good early start. And by the time the sun really gets up and gets hot, we'll already have him there. And I'm sure I'm going to get some questions about why are we getting rid of Bill? And Bill has been a great bull for us. He was raised here right on our farm. He was born here. He was raised here. This is all he knows. And why are we getting rid of him? Well, Bill's mother is still a part of our herd. Bill has half sisters that are part of the herd, and now he's got generations of heifers that are part of our herd. And that really, it exponentially complicates my rotational grazing system. If I've got to, I only have so much land, and I only want to have to feed so many bulls. It becomes very difficult to rotate them and keep him separated from somebody that he is not closely related to. Let's pray for safe travels. Anytime I've got a trailer, that's 4 more tires that we've got to hope that keep air in them. But I got loaded early. We're on the road at 5:45. Well, I call that a success. We got Bill up here safely to his new home. He met his ladies. He seemed immediately satisfied. He's got a beautiful place up here, lots of green grass, good fences, should keep him out of trouble, and most importantly, happy customers. And so we're gonna make the trip back home. Guys, thanks for following along with this video, and we'll catch you back on the next one.